Two teams have a golden run of fixtures, and if you pick them, they could transform your FPL season this year. Let's dive in and I'll tell you all about them and which players you need to target from those teams. First up, Spurs. From game week 3 to 7, Spurs have a great run of fixtures where they face Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Wolves and Leeds. Now, you need to be probably targeting some obvious players to start off with, such as Richarlison. He is the striker who's been the biggest threat so far in the league, statistically, but also from a Spurs point of view as well. And with him very well placed in regards to his price as well, I definitely think he's someone that you need to be getting on pretty soon. Seems to be doing enough to keep Solanke out of the team, and I expect if he carries on with his run of goals, he will stay in that team as well. He's looking really good and in form. The next player is Brennan Johnson. We weren't quite sure under Thomas Frank what his role would be, especially with Kudus coming into the team as well to fill that right hand side. But with Son leaving, it's left a gap open on that left hand side. It looks like Johnson is going to take his chance at the moment in time. Again, he's one of the top threat scorers in the league so far, and he got himself a goal at the weekend. I expect that run to continue. Usually what happens with Johnson, he goes in gluts of goals, so he scores in a good little run. So maybe this again is a start of where he'll score 4, 5, 6 goals in the next sort of 5 or 6 games. Again, player, good differential, decently priced, well worth getting on now. Kudus is obviously a pretty obvious one. I think a lot of people have got him already. He's looked okay so far, fairly threatening. I don't think we've seen the best of him yet, and I still think there's more to come from him. I think the other players as well, maybe to target the Spurs, are more in the fullback areas. Jed Spence and Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro again on Saturday put some absolute fantastic balls into the box. And with Richarlison's ability in the air as well, I do believe that there will be some goals coming his way. So again, Porro could be a good one for some assists, and also the fact of it could also be a good one for some clean sheets with West Ham especially, and Brighton and Leeds struggling for goals coming up. The other one obviously is Spence, who's doing very well. Obviously a little bit sort of playing out of position on the left, so I'll be a little bit more sort of cautious with him. In regards to obviously the new point scoring system for the defensive side of things, Romero has been the top scoring player for Spurs in that position as well. So again, he could be one that you could think about. He's fairly cheap as well. A lot of people have gone in for Van der Ven. For the moment in time, Romero is probably going to be outscoring him. So maybe as a differential again, if you're going between the two centre halves, and maybe Romero is the one that you might want to bring in. The second team is Aston Villa. So their next 5 games are just as appealing. So they've got Palace, Everton, Sunderland, Fulham and Burnley. Now, Palace and Everton have had decent starts to the season and have looked, fairly threatening. But Aston Villa just feel as though they're ready to sort of spark into life at the moment in time. I think Ollie Watkins has been the top threat striker so far in the league, just ahead of Haaland, but he hasn't actually got on the end of any chances yet or scored any goals. Again, Ollie Watkins is very similar to what we talked about with Brennan Johnson. He goes in gluts, he goes in runs, so as soon as he gets 1, then 2, then 3, then 4 will follow. The thing to watch obviously with Villa is what are they going to do in the transfer market? Are they going to bring in the striker? They are really short in that department. If they don't, then obviously Watkins is guaranteed to start. And again, I don't think he's too far away from getting those goals. Looking on the other side of things, in the defensive side of things, Cash has been the standout defender so far for Villa. Obviously, he offers a lot going forward as well on that right-hand side, but he has scored quite good on the defensive points bonus system as well. So again, he could be someone, again, good differential to sort of bring in. Martinez is back as well now and fit. Again, he's a very good chance of getting some clean sheets. We talked there, obviously, about them. The teams that they're playing up against, and there could be some good opportunities there for Villa to get some clean sheets. Outside of that, you'll probably think Morgan Rogers is one that you probably want to target. A lot of people have brought him already into their squad, and Digne as well at left back, obviously with that great crossing ability that he's got, and also maybe on set pieces. So again, Spurs, Villa, I think you've got to try and get at least 1 or 2 of their players into your team over the next few weeks, because I think they are going to be some of the best point scorers that you're going to get in regards to fixture difficulty. So when you put Spurs and Villa side by side, it's clear why these two clubs should be at the top of your transfer plans, looking at their fixtures that are coming up. Two teams, one golden rule of fixtures. Are you on the right players at the right times? We talked about it again and again and again. Being in the right place, right time, on the right players, captain choices, etc. So yes, I think you do need to get some of these Spurs and Villa players in. Personally, Richarlison, Watkins, probably Cash and Pedro Porro would be the 4 that I would sort of target. But if you're looking for sort of ultra differentials, then maybe you do look at players like, Brennan Johnson, for example, or maybe even Martinez in goal for Aston Villa. So if you enjoyed that, make sure you hit subscribe and follow for more FPL tips every week. I'll be breaking down game week 2 tomorrow. And also we'll be looking ahead for the start of game week 3. We've also got the ChatGPT series as well, where ChatGPT 5 has got his own fancy Premier League team. So just charting how he's getting on and whether he can actually beat the human FPL players. So make sure you check that one out as well. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.